Hi everyone. So I've been trying to go through and use up some paper that I have been hoarding. Okay, paper and embellishments I've been hoarding because there's a lot of new stuff coming out that I would like to get. And so I wanted to share with you a project that I made. I do have some kits available. I just went ahead when I started working with these supplies and kitted them up, and I realized I would just be doing one mini album. So I have some kits made up of the items that I used to make this mini. If anyone's interested, please just message me and I'll show you, after I show you the mini, what all's in the kit. But most of the paper in this kit came from Prima's Flirty Little Secrets collection from a couple of years ago. The cover on my mini is a piece of the Prima printed cardboard, and this butterfly is an acetate butterfly that I got from Michael's. It actually came in a package, I think, of 6 that I found in the dollar bin. And then there's a journaling sprout from Jelly Bean Soup up under here that I've had for a while. And then there's a little tab made out of ribbon, some twill ribbon. And this is the very front cover, so you can open up the envelope. And there is a little place to put photos and journaling. And all my tags just about in this book were made from recycled file folders. I get the ones from work that we can't actually reuse because they're in such bad shape, and then I kind of cut the middles, the parts that are still good out of them, so I recycle those. The behind the front cover is actually, this is the handmade stitched paper from Prima. I cut this up. There's some leaves from it on the front cover under the actual velvet Prima flower up there. But this was cut. This is canvas that I cut with my Tim Holtz on the edge die, and then I dyed it. It's just plain regular regular white canvas, and I sprayed it with Glimmer Mist and Jack Frost. And this is some beautiful white dotted Swiss lace that a friend shared with me. And so then these are my stamped, inked little journaling tags, photo spots that I made. Colored them and stamped them with distressed inks. Made them look all worn out. I mean, some of them have a little natural distressing from just being actual file folders and used for a long time. And some of them look really good, the spots that I cut out of them. So I just distressed them so they would all kind of match this paper collection. This is one of those Tattered Angel frames. I colored it with Glimmer Glaze, and then it was Glimmer Glaze. No, I painted it with gold Adirondack Ranger Dauber paint, and then I painted over it in Glimmer Glaze, the red Glimmer Glaze, and then I rubbed the pearls, liquid pearls, that's what it was, Ranger's liquid pearls, in a buff color just over that with my finger. That's how I got that sheen. And then here's a little tag I made, a little acetate bird cage, and then a key. And then there's a metal rose on the back here. This is with paper from the Flirty Little Secrets collection. Then I made a pocket on this side using Creative Imaginations die cut paper. And this is another Jelly Bean Soup journaling sprout that I inked over with antique linen and then sprayed with Glimmer Mist and Candy Apple. And then there's some Prima Swirl pink bling here. And this is some more of that dotted Swiss lace and a Prima leaf, and then some pom-pom trim. And on this side, I made a little envelope pocket, and then it's got a tag that has another one of those acetate butterflies in it. And then on the back, there's a button that has a ribbon through it. And these were white Prima flowers that I sprayed with Glimmer Mist. And then there's some pink and white pearl centers. There's another little envelope pocket I made on the back. And basically this was double-sided paper, but on both the pockets. So I just turned it down and glued it down. And this is a keyhole Brad. And then here's some green and orange trim and my little tag. There's another acetate bird cage on that tag. And then there's just a butterfly with a pink pearl in the center. And then this page, actually this is a tag that you can see. A lot of the paper that's, well, any of the paper that's not double-sided is from the same collection, but it's from these 5x7 journaling spots that Prima came out with. So that's the top of a little fancy journaling spot that I cut off, and then I put some pink pom-pom trim. And the back's just inked over. But the page is acetate. It's a Hambly acetate, Hambly screen printed acetate that has bird cages. I guess I should put that under there so you can see it. But these really pretty pink bird cages. And then there's the back, and here's the tag that came out of the back. I love the little mini safety pin. I thought that looked really cute, ruched up in there, and then I just inked it, made it all distressed looking. And then here, some really zingy orange trim from We Are Memory Keepers, real glittery looking. But I made, well, this is another one of those Tattered Angels butterfly frames, and it's, I went over it with peeled paint and then crushed sapphire, I believe, distress ink, and then I took some glitz stickles in the colors Tiara, and I just rubbed it. I normally just rub the distress stickles, but I wanted just a hint of some really blingy bling glitter, and then I traced this very frame, this Prima butterfly frame, I'm sorry, this Tattered Angels butterfly frame, onto one of my handy dandy pieces of file folder, and then I inked, and the back is all stamped, so it's pretty from the back too, but you can actually slide, I'll just use this, you can slide a photo down in here. And so I thought that was really cute. And then here's my last tag with the green and orange trim. And the back of the book is this really pretty piece of journaling paper. I actually just, you know, I love this little mini. I think it's adorable. But I've had this stash forever. So I thought if anyone wanted to share it, or if you would like to, you know, purchase a kit, I'll show you everything that I had out to make my little minis and what I have available, so that if you're interested, you know, if you want to purchase, I have just a few of them, but if you want to purchase one, they would be $10 plus, you know, the cost of shipping, or, you know, if you wanted to trade something for it, I would love to trade, for some things I may not have, some laces or, you know, what have you that you might have that I don't. But these are the journaling, the 5x7 journaling spots that they came out with. They match the collection. Really, really pretty, beautiful. I didn't want to just write on them. I had to make, you know, other things out of them. And then the butterflies, a lot of them were punched out of whatever was left on the edges. And they're, you know, the die cut borders are just really beautiful. This one I actually cut up into pieces and used it mostly on the cover, but I think there's one or two more stuck in there. This is that Hambly screen print, and you saw I cut my whole page. I just had a really old Sizzix die that was shaped like a file folder, so I cut everything out of that. This is Creative Imaginations die cut paper. And there is a wavy edge on two sides because it was a 12 by 12 die cut that I quartered to use. This is some of that Prima stitched paper, and of course the designs will vary. Here's a section of that Prima printed cardboard. So this is acid free because it's the Prima printed cardboard, and it's only printed on one side, so the back is all plain. And these are what's left of the double-sided papers I had out of that collection. It was really a beautiful collection. I have to tell you, if it reminds me of any clothing designer, it's Betsy Johnson. And she's my favorite. What can I tell you? I just love her. I'm so a child of the 80s. And then here's the bling I have to go with it. There's a pink Prima Swirl from Essay It and Swirls package. And then pearls in pink and white, because I used both pink and white. I don't have another rose like I had in my book, but here is a metal flourish. Like I said, I have a couple of kits, so the flourishes will vary. And this one has a crown in it, which I thought was adorable. I used 2 of these butterfly frames, so I'm including them. 2 of the acetate butterflies, and these will all be different. Everyone will get different butterflies because, you know, the packages were various. They're so pretty, and they pop really easily off the stick. In fact, the sticks are not very good, but it's adorable. Some of the Jelly Bean Soup journaling spots, the sprouts in different shapes and patterns. They'll all have different patterns on them. I'm not focusing, it looks like. That one's got a little grid on it. There's another curly one. Or scalloped one. Sorry, I guess it's not really curly. A few white Prima flowers. I usually get paper flowers in white because I use my Glimmer Mist on them. Or you could use your Lindy Stamp Gang. I don't have any Lindy's. I would love to try some out though. Probably be another messy thing I'd be addicted to. It's almost a foot. Probably about, well, 10 inches, I think is what it's coming out to be. Right at 10 inches of the pink pom-pom. And there is some little iridescent stuff sticking out of the pom-poms. I think it's catching the light there. It's hard to see on camera. A foot of the dotted Swiss lace, and I adore this lace. I only have a little bit of it, and I'm sharing with you. Looks like 9 inches of this We Are Memory Keepers turquoise trim. Also looks like about 9 inches of this We Are Memory Keepers twill striped ribbon. Maybe that's not 9 inches, maybe it's 6 or 7 inches. This is 5 inches because that's all I had to split up evenly. I split up all the trim evenly that I had left over. But there's 5 inches of the super glittery orange trim. That's also by We Are Memory Keepers. And about 5 inches of this green and orange trim. And then there's some ribbons. There's some pink satin ribbon. There's a foot of that. There's less than a foot of this because I didn't have very much, but I did use some on mine. Looks like there's 8 inches of this really thin blue satin. And then this black grosgrain is about a foot. And then because I used some buttons, I pulled out some matching buttons for you. And I also cut up another one of those file folders from work. This is like a 5.5 by 6 inch square almost. There's a handful of buttons. And then there's another, this is like 5.5, no, maybe that's 4.5 by 5.5. The file folders don't cut up into very even strips because they're used and I have to cut off a lot of the edges and stuff. And then here's just an extra piece out of what was left. There will be one colored velvet Prima flower. I didn't have enough of these to use one myself and give everyone, so I actually used a white Prima flower, but it was about this size and it was a rose. But I peeled off a couple of layers because I wanted mine smaller, and you can certainly peel off and then use those petals on another project or in your book. And then 3 Prima leaves, and some of these are paper and some of these are velvet, but 3 various colors because I have them in pink and red and green. A little heart brad from Creative Imaginations. We Are Memory Keepers. It's like, I guess it's a stud, but it's kind of like an eyelet. You set it with your big bite. And those are various in the kits. A couple of red hot lips with glitter, because I thought they went really well with the Flirty Little Secret. A big silver metal lock, which I have been hoarding. So I'm letting go of some of those. Everyone's getting a lock and a key. They're probably not the same finish because the ones in my book weren't the same finish, but so I just pulled those out and divided them up. And those are the Hobby Lobby store brand lock and key. And then everybody's getting a couple of swirly clips and a few safety pins in gold and silver for, you know, whatever you like to use. I have been loving using these mini safety pins, and I've had them forever from back when I started sewing, and they've just been so much fun, and I've really enjoyed them. So if you're interested in one of these kits, let me know. Like I said, I have a few, and I would love to share my stash with you. So you can just message me on YouTube, or if you're at LSH, you can message me over there. I'm Scrap Fair there, and then my name is Charity. So you just let me know what you guys want to do. Thank you so much for looking at my book, and thanks to everyone who's been commenting. I've started to have a lot more commenters lately, and I can't tell you how tickled and happy that makes me. And I really appreciate you guys watching and giving me feedback, because it means a lot to me.